Richie Bradshaw of Locked On Sun Devils. So BYU just landed his quarterback, Ryder Lyons. And I know this is a prevalent thing in the state of Utah. It's prevalent amongst the state of Arizona as well. Phoenix is a huge hotbed for Arizona State, Arizona, and BYU fans, mostly because members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints reside predominantly, I should say, in that region, and Phoenix being a big piece of that. And Arizona State's had plenty of players. Arizona has, USC has, UCLA, BYU, and Utah, obviously, that are members of that faith. But our conference just landed one who said, hey, I'm arguably the best quarterback in this entire country and a 5-star, maybe the greatest player to ever go to BYU as far as a high school standpoint goes. And I'm not coming yet. I'm going on mission. And this is something I find, one, very admirable. Two, the most admirable risk you could take as an athlete to tell any school at Oregon or USC, hey, I'm going to leave. BYU obviously understands that this is becoming much more prevalent in the Big 12. And I think that you're going to get a much more mature human being that comes out. And guess what? Probably wasn't going to play as a true freshman anyway. And now he's going to help the world. I think this is a really cool thing that doesn't get enough attention nationally.
Oh, I definitely do. I think that we as sports fans get so soaked up into the sports world and don't really look at anything else, the optics of things that are bigger than that. So for a high school kid, 5-star recruit, one of the top quarterbacks in the country, I think probably the highest rated recruit that BYU has landed out of high school since they started tracking stars and everything.
Pretty much, yes. Yeah.
I mean, Drake, I think it's fair to say he's already a celebrity in Provo, and he's going to stick to the concrete floor establishment foundation of his faith and go on a mission. And we can call it all sorts of things. And I'll tell you, I call that admirable, because he is already the face of BYU football. He is already one of the players that BYU has been most excited about in any sport in any decade. I feel good about saying that for the 80-year-old people that have been watching BYU football. This is a very special landing spot, and BYU's beyond excited, and they're going to have to wait a year to see him. Are they going to be anxious? Yeah, absolutely. But bigger picture, this truly is special. And I don't know how many times we're going to see a player with as high a profile as Ryder Lyons do what he's doing.
Advantage. I'm going to use the word advantage. And here's how. Here's why. Work with me. In the Big Ten, in the SEC, they are very win now. We will fire you. You will be fired immediately. In the Big 12, you can have guys at Arizona to Cincinnati to wherever that get a couple of years with an extra leash. And you're like, oh, how on earth are they still here? It's because we don't have this new age, new world. Oh, we only care about money. This is about student athletes development and growing a program. And every Big 12 school has pretty much displayed that to some degree in the last 10 years. If you're Oregon, you can't really afford an elite level player who takes a break for a year. You can't really afford to keep that relationship going, make that a thing. I think the Big 12, not just BYU, but Arizona State or Baylor or TCU would take a guy like Ryder Lyons and say, hey, we have more job security. We have more culture. We have more built up as a program. We don't have to fight or flight and say, nope, can't have you. You're taking a year off. We don't want that. I think the Big 12 is in a really good spot that when elite level talent from the LDS faith is available in the high school ranks, the Big 12 is a great stop for them.
Yeah. And I mean, this kind of pops into my head. If we look at the SEC specifically, what do they brand themselves as, Drake? It
just means more.
It just means more, right? And such a big part of that is because football is basically religion in Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, Texas.
Yeah.
They want the results right now. So Ryder Lyons commits to them. He's going to go on his mission for a year. You're going to have not only impatient fans, but I don't know. I feel like that might cause a little bit of a ruckus. If Ryder Lyons commits to Georgia, he goes on his mission for a year. What happens if he decides that he wants to transfer and get back closer to home, or maybe he just doesn't feel welcome the way that he once was, because there is a little bit more of an emphasis and certainly pressure. If nothing else, there's the pressure of, I got to get on the field right now. I'm a 5-star player in the SEC. I got no excuses. It doesn't matter if I'm number 1 or if I'm number 30 to be inside that top 5. I got to get out there. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's so much more pressure that is assigned to you in the SEC, right, wrong, or indifferent. Whereas you're going to a school in the Big 12 where there's not that kind of pressure. I love that you point out it's win now in the SEC. They have Dan Mullen was fired from Florida with several winning seasons that he had stacked up. He had an SEC title game appearance with Florida. He put together a really good team, and they canned him. You look at Arizona, right? Brett, whatever his name is, I can't remember. Brett Brennan is coming off of a miserable season. U of A fans are already ready to get rid of him, but U of A is not in a rush to. Again, right, wrong, or indifferent. But that's the level of patience that you have in the Big 12 that you don't have in the SEC. That pressure matriculates down to the players. So maybe Ryder Lyons gets way more stressed out by going to a place in the SEC who they were definitely contacting him. Ole Miss was one of the teams that was in the running for him up until the last second. But I feel like you just have a much more homely kind of feel by going to BYU. And that's beyond even the connection to your religion. BYU just does not have the pressure of perform now or we're going to take you out of this town with picket fences kind of thing.
Yep. Development. The Big 12 is by and large about development. And I think all of our universities, even those with deep pockets like Texas Tech and BYU, understand that, respect that, and put that paramount when they recruit. And when they recruit elite level talent, even talent that can't get there tomorrow, but will eventually be there and be one of the best quarterbacks, hopefully, in the country. Richie Bradshaw, what's coming up on Locked On Sun Devils?
Well, we got plenty of recruiting stuff to talk about. Good news. As of this morning, Wednesday morning, we are the number 1 recruiting class in the Big 12. If you listen to this a little later in today, that's probably not the case. So I will let you know what the heck happened to ASU recruiting within like a 12-hour period.
Yep. All of that and more on Locked On Sun Devils. Check out Richie Bradshaw's stuff at Richie. That's RICHIE Brads, BRADZ 36 on Twitter. Find really good tweets. And if you want, whatever that stupid Locked On Sun Devils account is, we'll be quote tweeting at plenty of Big 12 stuff. And you can also catch Richie, myself, the entire Big 12 family on the Big 12 squad every Thursday night. This has been, it always will be. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. It's a crossover episode between Locked On Sun Devils and Locked On Doce Grande.